Hi, everybody. I have gone to the library, and so I have checked out some books I thought you might be interested in. And the first book is one of a series of a lot of really good books, so some of you might already be familiar with it. This is called The Smart Cookie. Okay, if you've heard it before, I hope you'll stick around and enjoy it again. Okay, The Smart Cookie. Oh, I love this picture. Ooh, a light bulb. You know, sometimes they say that a light bulb is on top of your head. Not really, just imaginary when you come up with a really good idea. Yep, so a smart cookie would come up with a lot of good ideas. So, all right. Greetings. I'm a cookie. I live in a bakery on a street corner near a river. Come on in. There's the bakery. Welcome to our little community. It's a warm and supportive place to spend some time. Pretty fantastic, eh? Oh, look at all the yummy, yummy treats in the bakery. It does look like they're having a good time. These days, life is sweet, but my journey wasn't always a cakewalk. When I was younger, I couldn't have imagined fitting in here. For a long time, I didn't feel comfortable speaking up or sharing my ideas. I didn't feel like a smart cookie. I wanted to be a cookie who knew all the answers, a cookie who felt confident in a group, a cookie who said, aha, when solving a problem. Like this, aha. Cute little house. Looking back, I had some trouble in my early days. I went to school in a gingerbread house. Our teacher, Mrs. Biscotti, was kind and patient when I arrived each morning. She'd wave at me and smile. There's Mrs. Biscotti. But I didn't get the best grades. And I never raised my hand because I couldn't think of an answer as fast as the others. And I was last to finish most tests. Well, I think we all feel that way sometimes, don't we? It wasn't because I didn't care, and it wasn't because I didn't try. Sometimes I'd get distracted and mess up. Even though I knew the material, those were the most frustrating moments of all. Once I misspelled the word dough. That was rough. Another time I added when I meant to subtract. Again, something I've done before. Occasionally we'd have a lesson where I had absolutely no idea what was happening. I just couldn't keep up. Oh my goodness. I imagined that my desk was a raft and that I was completely lost at sea because that is what it felt like. Do you see what's circling around him on his floating desk at sea in his imagination? I see shark fins. Let's go over here for a bit. At night, I slept in a cookie jar. I had about 6 dozen roommates. Move, you move. No, you move. No, you move. No, you move. Can you imagine sleeping in a cookie jar? I'd stay awake and stare out the window and worry. There, look at the window is the cookie jar. And it went like this day after day. But then something happened that changed everything. Look how sad he is. I'm so glad something changed. Oops. Let me get this page turned here. I don't want to miss anything. It all started with a homework assignment. Here's the teacher, Mrs. Biscotti. Miss Biscotti requested our attention one afternoon. Tonight, I would like you to create something completely original, she announced. It can be anything you want. Please bring it to class tomorrow. Now on the chalkboard it says homework. This might be showing up backwards to you. Good thing I'm reading it for you, right? That was it. There were no further instructions. Miss Biscotti winked at me as I gathered my belongings. Wow, all they have to do is create something completely original, and it can be anything you want. Well, this changed Cookie's attitude. I felt like I had a million butterflies in my stomach. Create anything? Something original due tomorrow. Gulp. Oh, he looks stressed. Something original. Sometimes when people say anything, that can make us more nervous because then there's so many choices. When I got home, I immediately went to work. At first, I tried a cooking project. The results were half-baked. Next, I tried to hammer and nail something. It splintered immediately. Then I tried making a sculpture. It was a complete bust. I wondered if I was about to fail yet another assignment. I was stuck. What do we have here? Oh, it looks like rain, bakery, cookie looking out the window. I stared out the window and watched the rain hit the river. There was something mesmerizing about the water, how it moved in such a chaotic way, swirling around and around, yet ultimately figuring out exactly where it needed to go. Aha! Suddenly, I had an idea. I decided to write something original, a poem. I came up with the title based on how I'd been feeling, my crummy days. After that, the rest of it seemed to fall into place. I wrote and I wrote. I lost track of time. An hour went by in a flash. Aha! I said when it was finished. I couldn't sleep that night, but it wasn't because I was worried. It was because I was excited. I felt like I had really accomplished something. I felt smart. The following day, Ms. Biscotti asked for volunteers to share what we'd created. One kid showed off his original frosting art. Looks like a donut, and it was here, and it splatter painted itself, and then it jumped off. Another kid revealed her sprinkle distribution machine. Oh, wow. Look it. All the sprinkles go up, and it goes on top of the little cupcake. It was neat seeing how everyone was good at such different things. Wow. I'm not sure what this is doing here. That looks pretty complicated. Complicated means hard to figure out. Finally, Mrs. Biscotti turned to me. Would you like to share anything? She asked. Gulp. I gulped. I thought I'd probably crumble under the pressure. I love all the words that they're saying that have to do with cookies, like crumbling or half-baked ideas, things like that. You know, you bake cookies, right? But I made my way to the front of the classroom. I noticed my hands were shaking. My mouth went dry. Oh, he seems like he might be nervous. This poem is called My Crumbly Days, I said, my voice cracking, and then I read out loud. As I spoke, I noticed some kids nodding at certain lines. Other kids laughed at parts that were supposed to be funny. As I built towards the finale, meaning the real special big part, I felt myself becoming more confident and animated. And in the end, everybody clapped and cheered. I promise you this, I'll never forget it. Miss Biscotti was beaming. No one but you could have written that poem, she said. It was completely original. Aha! I had done it. I'd created something and shared it with the world. Well, my world at least. The rest of the day was a blur. By recess, I was planning my next poem. I would call it My Sweet Morning. Aha, I thought when I came up with the title. Later that afternoon, Miss Biscotti handed me a note. It said that I should keep on writing no matter what. That meant so much to me. school was a bit different after that. I wasn't so scared to raise my hand or ask a question or share my work. Look at his picture that he painted of himself as a cookie with the light bulb on top. So remember I explained at the beginning that that light bulb sometimes means like it's a bright idea or something. Sure, some things still don't come as easy for me as they do for others, but now I know that you can be smart in many different ways. Making a film, skating, lifting weights, helping a friend up, playing the guitar. You don't have to have the answers to every question or suddenly be great at everything all at once. You just need a chance to try all kinds of things to find out who you are and what you like to do. Well, I know that you guys all have things that you like to do that you know, but you never stop discovering new things you like to do. As for me, I learned that I can write and I can think up great ideas, and I found plenty of other things I'm good at too. I no longer feel lost at sea. It's more like floating down a river. And the best part is, there's always more. Poetry night, because we're all smart cookies. And we all are smart cookies. The end. We all learn differently. Some of us are better at math. Some of us are better at reading. You don't have to be perfect at either, do you? No. I hope that you enjoyed this, and there'll be many more books coming. Again, I went to the library. Love you. Bye.